What is up, beautiful people? Welcome once again to HN Clothing. Welcome to another wonderful video. Guys, let us firstly address the elephant in the room. Yes, yes, yes. I am shamelessly back again and I am trying to ease into creating tutorials, DIYs, and sewing content once again. So, guys, please, just follow me on this journey, follow me on this ride. So today we're going to be easing him back and we are going to be experimenting with draping. We're going to be draping on the dress form. So if you have a dress form and you want to make an attempt at creating an outfit, a complete outfit just by using the dress form, then this tutorial is just suitable for you. You can just watch to see how the process goes. I explained the process, okay? So if you have any other question, if you think there's something I missed out, you can leave it in the comments below and I will be sure to respond to your questions, okay? Yeah, let us dive right into today's video. Guys, please pardon me, please. I actually did record um using the portrait mode for the draping this way. I recorded this way. Please just pardon me. Like I said, I'm still trying to ease it, okay? Yeah, so let's go right in. Step one, prep the fabric that you're going to be using for this draping effect. I'm using a muslin fabric and I am going to draw a line through the center of this fabric. So the dimensions of this fabric will be according to the measurement of the dress form. So you just go ahead to pin it up on the dress form. While pinning, you want to be snipping through to give ease onto the fabric that you are draping. So now I am putting in my waist dart and my shoulder dart. The way you're able to achieve your waist dart and shoulder dart is by taking up the excess, is through the excess of the fabric. Now you can see that along the waistline there, it wasn't relaxed. So I had to snip through and then continue drawing. After you're done doing this, you get your pen and then you draw the pattern of what you want to achieve. Since we are working on a bustier, I'm drawing like a sweetheart neckline and I'm also marking my waist dart and my shoulder dart. I'm also going to draw along the sides. You can see that for the darts, marking it both on the part that is visible where we can see and the part that is hidden within. I'm also going to do the left or is it the right side of this drape as well. Along the waistline, I'm going to snip through to release so that it lays flat, like it lays without puckering and without any kind of it needs to lay, will I say flat? Yeah. This is like a 3D effect. What we're trying to do is kind of mimic the human body and create the pattern on a human body. So you're going to just draw your pattern both on the left and on the right side. At the end of the day, we'll just use only one side while we are making our final pattern. So I'll go ahead to cut off the parts that are excess. So I'm cutting along the side. I'm also cutting along the top. Now once you cut the top, that shoulder that actually increases. So you want to mark the new increased shoulder dart. Yeah, because if you look at the original shoulder dart, it actually um, is firm and fitted, but by the time you cut off that yoke part, it becomes loose, so you need to tighten it up. Now after you're done with the front, you're going to take another rectangular piece. Since I'm not doing anything that involves the shoulder area. I'm just cutting the rectangular piece to start from the back line. So pinning along the sides, and then I'm also trying to pin the darts along the back, both on the left and on the right. Please be mindful when you're doing your draping because you want to actually follow the lines on the dress form. While I was doing mine, I tried following the lines, but it wasn't just staying put. So I will just use one side of the back. I won't use like I'll use one side and then cut and fold, or cut two pieces of one side of the back, the side I want to use. So I'm also cutting the side same of the back to match up with the front. I'm also reducing the length of the back at the top there. Then I'm adjusting the darts, tightening it more. Um, just go ahead to trim off the parts that are not necessarily needed, which is exactly what I am doing. Now, once you are done doing this, yeah, we can see how it looks. You need to also mark the dots on the back. Once you've marked the dots on the back, you can now remove your pattern from the dress form. Because we've done all these markings, it's going to be easy. Like we'll be able to remember how or where the points were when they were draped on the dress form. So I'm just going ahead to properly draw the um, dots, the princess dots, and then marking, drawing lines so that I will know which parts will match up together, more like where I'm going to be notching up. And the next thing will be to cut off the dots. We need to remove the dots, the excess. So I'm doing that both on the left and on the right. Okay. So we can keep this away and then bring the back. So you see that we also marked the dots along the back, and we drew the center line along the back. So we'll just go ahead to mark up the patterns, like identify them. So I'm just gonna remove the dot fullness because that's going to create a dot line along the back. The next thing we're going to do is take this to paper. You need to just open your rectangular piece of paper because we need to actually transfer the fabric, this draped fabric. We need to transfer it to paper pattern so that we'll be able to cut on our the main fabric we're going to be using. So I'm pinning down the center front, and I'm taking the side front just close to the center front and pinning it down as well. So like I said earlier, I'm just using one half of the center front. Okay, I'm gonna head to put my sewing allowance. I'm using half an inch along the inseam. Use half an inch along the inseam, and along the sides I'm using 1 inch along the sides. I'm using 1 inch because I will be adding some extra to the waist. Okay, so I'm also putting half inch along the inseam here, and on the center front line that part will be cut on fold, so I do not need to put any sewing allowance on the CF line. I'll go ahead to cut out this pattern. Now, something else to note is on the dress form, I padded the bust area. I put the bra cups along the bust area and it matched up to my exact bust measurement. While the waist is actually tinier than my actual waist. So for the waist area, I'm adding more extra. I'm going to be adding extra to the pattern. Yeah, so cut all this out and after doing the front, we're going to do the same for the back. So we're placing the pattern. So my fabric, my Ankara fabric is actually on fold, and then I'll just go ahead to place the pattern. So we're cutting two pieces of every other pattern except the center front pattern, which is on fold. The others will be two pieces of each of them. Remember to snip through your notch marks. If you want it longer than this, you can go ahead to do so. Increase the length if you want the length longer, but I want a cropped bustier. We have our fabric ready to be sewn. So we have the two front pieces as well as the back pieces. So we'll go right ahead to begin sewing it up. So I've gone ahead to iron it, like pre-iron this. I'm going to start from one side seam. Strategically just place it. Let me show you. So what I'll do now is I'll open the side seam here. I'll open the side seam because I've attached the back and everything. So I'll just open the side seam and put this in there, like mark the exact way this comes. I hope you can see how this is. Yeah, so put it in there. Okay, so this one will be tied on this. You need to do this first before you even put the lining and finish off this crop top. So let's do it for the other side as well. Let's replicate on this side as well. So if you observe, the pleats are facing downwards, and I want the other one to be the same.
facing downwards. So this one will go this way.
It's optional, it's not compulsory thing. So this will just be tied to form a bow, just to give it a design and to prevent it from being like a plain bustier.
So that's about it. And then this will just be tied to a bow or whatever kind of style you want to do right in the front here.
Here is the final result of a bustier. um, I also just did a very tiny stitch to just hold the strips in place. Aside from being in the side seam, I just held it in place. And this is how it's going to be in the inside after you've aligned it properly. So it looks crisp and clean. And this is me trying on the draped bustier, and it looks amazing, if I say so myself. Let me know what you think about this top. Is it worth your time? Is it something you're gonna try, or you're gonna pass on it? Let me know, and I'll see you in our next tutorial. Stay safe. God bless you all. Bye.